Hello students, welcome to IIC. Today we will be going to discuss about SBI PO Prelims Grant Test number 29. Okay, so let's move to the first question, question number 31. So this line graph given below shows total number of questions in 5 papers and the number of questions attempted. So study the line graph carefully and answer the following questions. So once we study this line graph carefully, we'll form a small data table so that it will make things easier for us. Let me first write down the papers A, B, C, D and E. There are 5 papers. In this 5 papers, what do we have? Total number of questions. So let me put here total number of questions and attempted questions and non-attempted questions. So total questions in this first paper. This is 120, this is 90, this is 100, 80 and again 120. Now attempted questions are 100, 80, 80 and 60. 100, 80, 80 and 60. And last is 90. So I can easily find out the non-attempted ones. This is 20, 10, 20, 20 and 30. Now come to question number 31. What is this question number 31? What is the average of difference between total questions in A, C, D together and total questions attempted in same subjects? See, difference of total questions and total questions attempted means basically he is asking us the average of what? The average of non-attempted questions. Non-attempted questions of A, C and D. A, C and D. The average of A, C and D. So A is 20, C is 20 and D is also 20. So all of them are 20. That means average is also 20. Average is 20 means option A is our right answer. Option A will be our right answer. Moving to the next question. Next question. What we have line graph, sorry, total questions non-attempted by A and C together is what percentage more or less than total questions attempted by D? Total questions not attempted by A and C together. Non-attempted by A and C together. A and C together is how much? 40. Is what percentage more or less than total questions attempted by D? D total questions attempted is 60. So this is 40 and this is 60. How much more or less? How much more or less means 20 less divided by 60. 20 by 60 means 1 by 3. 1 by 3 means what will be our answer? Option C. Option C will be our right answer. Option C, that is 33.33 will be our correct answer. Next question. Next question, question number 33. Question number 33. Before that, what is this question saying? If 2 marks are awarded for each correct answer and 1 mark is deducted for each wrong answer, then what is the total marks obtained by E if the 20 percentage questions attempted by him are wrong? So we are talking about E. E attempted how many questions? 90 questions. In this 90 questions, 20 percentage are wrong. Means 72 questions are correct and 18 questions are wrong. 20 percentage are wrong. Now each correct questions fetches him 2 marks. So into 2. And each wrong question fetches him a negative mark. How much? 1 mark. So this is into minus 1. So how much is the total marks that he'll get? How much total marks means 72 into 2, 144. 18 into minus 1 is minus 18. So 144 minus 18. How much is 144 minus 18? This is 126. 126. That is option B will be our correct answer. Next, question number 34. For question number 34, what is this question asking us? What is the ratio of question not attempted by B and C? What is the ratio of question non-attempted by B and C? Because we have already found out non-attempted, this question becomes lot easier. B is not attempting 10, C is not attempting 20. So the correct ratio will be 1:2. That is option A. Next question. Question number 35. 30% questions attempted by E are wrong and 15% questions attempted by B are wrong. Then find out the sum of corrected questions attempted by B and E together. 30% of E are wrong. 30% of E are wrong means 70% is correct. 70% of 90 means 7 into 9. This is 63 plus 15% questions attempted by B are wrong. Now B is attempting 80. 15 percentage of 80 means 10 percentage is 8, 5 percentage is 4. So 12 questions are wrong. 12 questions are wrong means correct are how much? 68. Now 63 plus 68. This gives us how much? 131. 131 means option D is our correct answer. Option D is our correct answer. Next question. Question number 36. Now question number 36. What do we have? 30 kgs of 20 rupees per kg type rice is mixed with 20 kg of 15 rupees per kg rice. Find the selling price of mixture if it is sold at 30% profit. So selling price means first I will find out the total cost price. Total cost price means 30 into 20. This is 600 plus this is 20 into 15. This is 300. This gives us how much? 900. Now 900 divided by how much? Total is 50 kgs. 50. So this gives us how much? 18 rupees per kg. Now this is the cost price. 18 rupees per kg is the cost price of the mixture, that is 1 kg of mixture. Now find out the selling price if 30% profit. Now selling price is asked, 30% profit means cost price is already 18, 13%, 30%. 10% is 1.8, 30% means 3 times, 3 times means 5.4, 18 plus 5.4 will be 23.4. 23.4 means option A will be our correct answer. Option A will be our correct answer. Next question, question number 37. A and B can complete a piece of work in 18 days. B and C can complete the same piece of work in 24 days. And C and A can complete the work in 36 days. So I'll take the LCM, or I'll take a number like, let me say the total work is 144 parts. So A and B in one day will complete how many parts? A and B in one day will complete 8 parts. A and B in one day will complete 8 parts. What about B and C? B and C in one day will complete 6 parts. What about C and A? C and A in one day will complete 4 parts. So if I add all of them, I'll get twice of A plus B plus C is equals to 8 plus 6 plus 4. This is 18 parts. So what we have is A plus B plus C is 9 parts. So what is the question asking? Find the time taken by A to complete double of previous work. To complete double of previous work. So first I'll find out how much is A doing in one day. A doing in one day means I'll remove this B plus C. That means A is equals to 9 minus how much is B plus C? 6 parts. So this gives us how much? 3 parts. So A alone in one day is doing 3 parts. In one day is doing 3 parts. Now how many days he will take to complete double of the previous work? Previous work was 144 parts. So double of this means how much? 288 parts. Double of the work, double of the previous work means 288 parts divided by 3 parts. This gives us how much? 96 days. 96 days. That means option A would be our correct answer. Option A will be our correct answer. Next question. Question number 38. Question number 38. If shopkeeper sells two watches at a total cost of 8,000, if shopkeeper sells two watches at a total cost of 8,000, then first one he got a profit of 20 percentage, and second one he got a loss of 12.5 percentage. If the cost price of the watches are same, find the selling price of the second watch. That means if the cost price of both watches are X, then the selling price of the first watch will be how much? 120 percentage of X, and the selling price of second watch will be how much? 87.5 percentage of X. Now total selling price is 8,000. What we want is selling price of second watch. That means 207.5 percentage of X. Addition, the total selling price 207.5 percentage of X is how much? 8,000. What is asked to calculate? Second selling price of second, that is 87.5 percentage of X. How much is this? How do you calculate? Cross multiplication. So I have 8,000 into 875 divided by how much is this? 2075. So I have 25 into, this is 35, and I have 25 into 83. So this comes out to be double 373.4. Approximately, as per our options, we can say 3375. 3375. That means your option C would be the correct answer. Option C would be the correct answer. Question number 10. Train A starts from Jaipur to Delhi at 7 a.m. with a speed of 60 km per hour, and train B starts from Jaipur for Delhi at 9 a.m. One of the train is starting at 7 a.m., the other train is starting at 9 a.m. So by the time this second train starts, it has already covered how much distance? 60 km per hour, 2 hours. Means it has already traveled 120 kilometers of distance. Next, and overtakes train A after 4 hours. Train A after 4 hours means what will be the relative speeds? This 120 kilometer is covered by the other train, the second train, train B, in 4 hours. That means relatively, if I divide this 120 by 4, how much I'll get? 30 kilometer per hour. Train B is traveling 30 kilometer per hour more than train A. Train A is already traveling at 60 kilometer per hour. That means speed of train B will be how much? 90 kilometer per hour. Speed of train B will be 90 km per hour. Find the distance from Jaipur when they meet. Find the distance from Jaipur when they meet means after this train B has started at 9 a.m. it has traveled for how many hours before it crosses? It travels for 4 hours. That means in that 4 hours how much distance it will travel? 4 into 90. 4 into 90 means 360. 360 means option B will be our correct answer. Option B is our correct answer. Coming to question number 40. Question number 40. In a box, there are 6 yellow balls, 4 blue balls, and 3 pink balls. If 3 balls is picked out randomly, find out the probability of being these balls of same color. Now, same color means if I am picking only yellow, that means all the 3 balls are of yellow color. That means out of these 6, I have to pick 3 yellow. The total number of cases, the total outcomes, that is 6 plus 4 plus 3. Out of 13, I am picking 3 balls. Or I'll pick 3 blue balls, so 4C3 divided by 13C3. Or I'll pick 3 pink balls, so 3C3 divided by 13C3. 13C3. So what we have here 6 into 5 into 4 plus 4 into 3 into 2 plus 3 into 2 into 1 divided by 13 into 12 into 11. 13 into 12 into 11. So what we have here is 6 into 5 into 4, 120 plus 24 plus 6 divided by 1716. This is how much? 150 divided by 1716. This 150 divided by 1716 means I can divide with 6. This is 6 into 25 and this is 6 into 286. So 25 by 286, that is our option C. Option C would be our correct answer. Option C would be our correct answer. Now question number 41. Question number 41, find out the wrong term in the given series. Wrong term in the given series. First of all, let me write down the numbers. This is 19, 20, 25, 33, 49, 74 and 110. So as the numbers are closer, I'll take the difference first. Difference here is 1, difference here is 5, difference is 8, and difference is 16, difference is 25, and this difference is 36. So if I observe these numbers 36, 25, 16, these are squares. This is 6 square, 5 square, 4 square. So this has to be 3 square, 2 square, and this is 1 square. That means this number should be 4 and this number should be 9. So 20 plus 4. So this is a wrong number. This should be actually 24. 24. So the correct option will be option B. Option B is the right answer. Option B is the right answer. Next question. Question number 42. Question number 42 again. If I write down the numbers first of all, 11, 15, 21, 11, 15, 21, 33, 53, 83 and 125. 125. Again, if I write down the difference here is how much? 4, difference is 6, difference is 12, 20, 30, and this difference is 42. Again, if I observe these numbers 4, 6, 12, 30, 42, 42 is nothing but 6 into 7, 30 is nothing but 5 into 6, 20 is nothing but 4 into 5, This is 3 into 4. This is 2 into 3. And 4 should be then 1 into 2. 1 into 2 means from 15 if I remove 2, this will be how much? This has to be 13. So this is 13. The entire series would be correct. This is 13 in the sense option A would be our correct answer. Option A would be our correct answer. Next question. Question number 43. Question number 43, again I'll write down the numbers first. 236, 120, 62, 33, 18.5, 10.25 and 8.125. 8.125. So if I'll observe this, there is a division. Why? Because this is almost like half. So if I'll divide this by 2, I'll get 118 plus 2 will give me 120. Again, if I'll divide this by 2, I'll get 60 plus 2 will give me 62. Again, if I'll divide this by 2, I'll get 31 plus 2 will give me 33. If I'll divide this by 2, how much I'll get? 33 by 2, 16.5 plus 2 will give me 18.5. If I'll divide it by 2, I'll get 9.25 plus 2 will give me 11.25. 11.25. 18.5, if I'll divide by 2, I'll get 9.25. 9.25 plus 2 will give me 10.25. Question number 43. Question number 43, you have to find out the wrong number. So this is 236. 236, 120, 62, 33, 18.5 and 10.25 and 8.125. So if I observe this, this is like a division of 2. So division of 2 plus 2. 118 plus 2 is 120. Again, division of 2 gives me 60 plus 2 is 62. Division of 2 gives me 31 plus 2 is 33. Division of 2 gives me 16.5 plus 2 is 18.5. Division of 2 gives me 9.25. 9.25 plus 2 will give me 11.25. 11.25. So our correct option would be option E. Option E, that is 10.25, will be the wrong answer. Next, moving to the next question, question number 44. Question number 44, again, let me write down the numbers. 5, 21, 39, 61, 92 and 139. If I write down the differences again, 5 to 21 difference is 16, 21 to 39 difference is 18, 39 to 61, 39 to 61 difference is 22, 61 to 92 difference is 31 and 92 to 139 difference is 47. Difference is 47. Again, if I observe from here, if I go to one more level of finding out difference, 31 to 47, this is 16, 22 to 31, this is 9, 18 to 22, this is 4. So this has to be how much? This has to be 1. Because this is 4 square, this is 3 square, this is 2 square, and this has to be 1 square. Now 1 square means 18 minus 1 will be how much? 17. If this is 17, 22 minus 17 will be how much? This has to be 4. If this has to be 4, which option would be correct? Option E. Option E will be our correct answer. Option E will be our correct answer. Next, question number 16. Question number 16. 29, 31, next is 37. This is 37 and 49 and 69 and 100 and 141. 141. Again, if I find out the difference, this is 2, 6, 12, 20. This is how much? 31 and this comes out to be 41. So if I observe again 2, 6, 12, 20, these are product of two consecutive numbers, that is 1 into 2, 2 into 3, 3 into 4, 4 into 5. So this has to be 5 into 6, and this has to be 6 into 7. If this is 5 into 6, that means 30. 30 means this will be 99. If this is 99, this will be 42. 99 plus 42 is 141. That means 99 is the correct number and 100 would be a wrong number. That means option A is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 46. Question number 46. The following table shows the ratio of mixture of ethanol and water in five different vessels. So five different vessels are given, A, B, C, D, E, and the ratio of ethanol to water is also given to us. Ratio of ethanol to water is also given to us. Now the question is given to us. Question number 46. Question number 46. What is this question saying? If equal quantities of vessels A, C, and E are mixed up, then find out the final ratio of ethanol and water in the resultant mixture. So first ACE. A is how many parts? 7 parts. C is how many parts? Again 7 parts. And E is how many parts? E is 14 parts. So if I want to take equal, I'll make all of them equal. All of them equal means I'll take this as some 14 liters. C is also 14 liters and E is also 14 liters. Now the calculation is easier. How much ethanol will be there in A? 7 parts is 14 means 1 part is 2. In C, 7 part is 14 means 1 part will be again 2. And in E, 1 part will be 1. So for A, ethanol will be 10 and water will be 4. For C, ethanol will be 8 and water will be 6. For E, ethanol will be 9 and water will be 10. Water will be, 5. So this is 10 plus 8 plus 9, 27 divided by 4 plus 6 plus 5. 4 plus 6 plus 5 is 15. 4 plus 6 plus 5 is 15. 27 is to 15. 27 is to 15 means option A is our correct answer. Option A will be our correct answer. Next question. Question number 47. Question number 47. In what ratio does the mixture in vessel C and D are mixed to get the final ratio of ethanol and water? 115 is to 81. 115 is to 81. So I'll apply mixtures and alligations. Vessel C, ethanol is how much? 4 by 7. We are talking about C. In D, ethanol is how much? In D, ethanol is 5 by 8. Now once these two are mixed, finally ethanol to water, 115 to 81. 115 to 81 means what we have? 115 divided by 196. 115 divided by 196. Now apply alligations. If I'll apply alligations, what will I get? 112. 112.5 minus 115 divided by 196 is to 115 minus 112 divided by 196. So 196 gets cancelled out. This is 7.5 is to 3. 7.5 is to 3 means 1.5 into 5, 1.5 into 2. So ratio in which they are mixed will be 5 is to 2. 5 is to 2 means option E is our correct answer. Option E is our correct answer. In this question, we applied mixtures and alligations because the question clearly says these two mixtures are mixed. And the unit that we have taken here is ethanol. Next question. Question number 19. If 10 liter water is added to X liters of the mixture, if 10 liters water is added to X liters of the mixture in vessel A, then the final ratio of ethanol and water becomes 4 is to 3. 4 is to 3. So for A, again we'll apply mixtures and alligations. First we have A. To this, what is mixed? Water is mixed. So in A, how much ethanol is there? 5 by 7. In water, how much ethanol will be there? 0. Once you mix them, finally it is how much? 4 by 7. So again apply alligations. 0 minus 4 by 7. Minus 4 by 7. 4 by 7 minus 5 by 7. Minus 1 by 7. So 7 gets cancelled. Minus minus gets cancelled. Ratio will be 4 is to 1. 4 is to 1 means if water is 1 part is how much? 10 liters that was added, 10 liters of water is added. That is what is given to us. If water is added 10 liters, that means mixture A or the solution A was how many liters? 4 parts. 4 parts means how much? 40 liters. That is what is the question asking. Find out the value of X. X is how much? 40 liters. It was added to 40 liters of A. Next question. Question number 49. Question number 49. Suppose another vessel F initially contains 150 liters all ethanol and no water, then 15 liters of ethanol is removed. 15 liters of ethanol is removed from the vessel and the same amount of water is added. Then 15 liters of this mixture is removed again and then 15 liters of water is added. And this process is repeated one more time. One more time means this process is removed. This process is done 3 times. So we have 150 liters of the solution. In that 15 liters is removed. 15 liters means how much percentage? 10 percentage. 10 percentage is removed. This process is done how many times? 3 times. 3 times this process is done. 3 times this process is done means minus 10 percentage, minus 10 percentage, minus 10 percentage. 3 times removed successfully. Removed successively. Successively means remaining amount will be how much? Remaining amount will be 72.9 percentage. Remaining amount of ethanol will be 72.9 percentage. So 72.9 percentage of 150. This we can also write as 150 percentage of 72.9. 150 percentage means 100 plus half, that is 50 percentage. So I have 72.9 plus half will be 36.45. 36.45 means how much is this value equals to? 109.35. 109.35. So approximately option B, that is 109 liters will be our correct answer. 109 liters will be our correct answer. Question number 50. A shopkeeper sells the solution in vessel A at 20 rupees per liter and B at rupees 25 per liter. If he sells 42 liters from vessel A and 52 liters from vessel B. If the cost price of pure ethanol is 25 rupees per liter and water is available at free of cost, then the shopkeeper earns a profit of how much? Then the shopkeeper earns a profit of how much? So first thing, this a shopkeeper sells the solution in vessel A at 20 per liter. At 20 per liter. How many such liters are there? 20 rupees into 42. This is about vessel A. And 52 liters from vessel B. So this is B, 52 into 25. This is about vessel B. If the cost price of pure ethanol is 25 per liter, 25 per liter. In vessel A, how much ethanol will be there? In vessel A, if you look at the graph, in vessel A, ethanol to water ratio is given as 5:2. And in vessel B, ethanol to water ratio is given as 8:5. 8:5. That means in this 42 liters, how much ethanol was there? 7 parts is 42. 7 parts is 42 means 1 part is 6. So 5 parts will be 30 liters. That means 30 liters of ethanol was there. 30 liters of ethanol cost is how much? 30 into 25. Next, coming to vessel B. In vessel B, 13 parts is the total number of parts in this vessel B. Total solution is 52 liters. 13 parts is 52 means 1 part will be 4. 1 part will be 4 means 8 parts will be 32 liters. So this will be 32 into 25. So this is our cost price and this is our selling price. Now we require to find out how much profit the shopkeeper is earning. How much profit the shopkeeper is earning. So B, from this container B, how much is earning? 25 into 52, 25 into 32. So difference will be 25 into 20, that is 500. From this A, how much is earning? 42 into 20. This is your 840. And 25 into 30. This will be your 750. Difference is 90. So 90 rupees plus 500 rupees. Total is 590 rupees. So total profit that is earning is 590 rupees. That is option C. Option C is our correct answer. Next question. Question number 51. A car and the train are moving in the same direction at a speed of 90 km per hour and 75 km per hour. The length of the train is 250 meters. Find out the time taken by the car to cross the train. Very easy question. Both of them are moving in same direction. Same direction. So time will be distance by speed. Distance means the length of the train, 250 meters, divided by speed. Speed will be relative speed. Same direction is given to us. Same direction means difference. Difference means 15 kilometer per hour. 15 kilometer per hour, how will I convert into meters per second? By multiplying with 5 by 18. This by 18 goes to the numerator part. 5 by 18. By 18 goes to the numerator part. So this becomes 18. Next, what is this? 5 ones, 5 50s. Next, 5 tens and 5 threes. 3 ones, 3 6. 10 into 6, how much it is? 60 seconds. 60 seconds. 60 seconds means correct answer will be option D. Option D is our correct answer. Option D is our correct answer. Next, question number 52. What is the total compound interest on rupees 45,000 for 3 years when the sum is divided in the ratio 4 is to 5? 45,000 is divided in the ratio 4 is to 5. 4 is to 5 means total 9 parts. 9 parts is 45,000. One part will be 5,000. If 9 parts is 45,000, one part will be 5,000. So 4 parts will be 20,000. 4 parts will be 20,000. 5 parts will be 25,000. 5 parts will be 25,000. And the rate of interest on small sum is 10 percentage. Rate of interest in small sum is 10 percentage for 3 years. 10 percentage for 3 years means the total interest that I'll get will be 33.1 percentage. 33.1 percentage. Now 20 percentage on the large sum. 20 percentage for 3 years means how much? 72.8 percentage. 72.8 percentage. So 33 percentage of 20,000, 33.1 percentage of 20,000. How much will be this? Percentage removes 20, point removes 10. So 331 into 20. 331 into 20 means this comes out to be 6620. 6620. And 72.8 into 70 percentage removes 20, point removes 10. So we have 728 into 25. 25 I can write it as 100 by 4. So 4 ones and 4 182. So 18200, 18200 and 6620. So we have 20. This is 8 4 and 2. 24820. 24820 means our option B. Option B will be our correct answer. Option B would be our correct answer. Next question. Question number 24. Question number 24. Suresh spends 20 percentage of his monthly income on entertainment, 18 percentage of his monthly income on children's education, and 50 percentage of his monthly income on other household items. So he is spending 12 percentage plus 18 percentage, 30 percentage plus 50 percentage, that is 80 percentage. That means remaining is how much? 20 percentage. He is saving how much? 20 percentage. 20 percentage is how much? 5200. 20 percentage is 5200. What is his monthly income? Monthly income means 5 times. 5 times means how much? 100 percentage. 100 percentage. 5 times means how much? 26,000. 26,000. That means our correct answer will be none of these. Question number 53, correct answer will be none of these. Next, question number 54. Question number 54. Efficiency of Nitish is 80 percentage more than Paras. Efficiency ratio. So efficiency of Nitish to efficiency of Paras. This will be how much? 180 to 100. Or I can say 9 is to 5. 9 is to 5. So time taken by Nitish to time taken by Paras will be 5 is to 9. Paras takes 45 days. Paras takes 45 days. So this is 45. 9 parts is 45. So 5 parts will be how much? 25. 5 parts will be 25. So now Nitish and Paras, how much work they do in one day? 25 and 45. If I take the LCM, I'll get around 225 parts. This is our total work. Nitish does in 25 days. 25 days, 225 means one day it will be 9 parts. Paras in 45 days does 225 means one day he will do 5 parts. Now coming to the question, it is Nitish started the work alone, then Paras joined him 9 days before the actual completion of work. 9 days before means these 9 days Nitish and Paras combinedly worked. These 9 days, Nitish and Paras both have worked. Both have worked means if both of them will work together, how much they'll do? 14 parts. Now in 9 days, both of them will combinedly do how much? In 9 days, both of them will combinedly do how much? 9 into 14, that is 126 parts. So remaining was how much? 99 parts. These 99 parts was done by Nitish alone. Nitish in one day is doing 9 parts. 99 parts in how many days he'll do? 99 parts in how many days he'll do? In one day, Nitish is doing 9 parts. 99 parts he will do it in 11 days. 11 days means option C. Option C is our correct answer. Option C is our correct answer. Next, question number 55. Question number 55. The volume of a cylinder is twice the volume of a cone. The volume of a cylinder is twice the volume of a cone and the base radius are same. What is volume of cylinder? Pi r square h, let this be cylinder, is equals to 2 into volume of cone 1 by 3 pi r square h, let this be c, height of cone. Since the base radius are same, r is as it is, so pi will get cancelled out, radius will also get cancelled out. What is left out? Height of cylinder to height of cone. How much is the ratio? 2 is to 3. Height of cylinder to height of cone ratio comes out to be 2 is to 3. So option B will be our correct answer. Option B will be our correct answer. Next, question number 56 to question number 60. So coming to question number 56. I have already arranged the data for you. Question number 56. Now the question number 56 says in college F the ratio of total number of students studying science, arts and commerce is 3 is to 7 is to 6. If the total number of students in college F is 28 percentage more than in college D. In college D I have 1125, 28 percentage. 28 percentage more means how much will be there? F will be how much? 1125 and 28 percentage of 1125. 28 percentage of 1125 means I can say 1125 percentage of 28 or 11.25 into 28. 11.25 into 28 means it will come out to be 315. 315. So this total is 40 and 14, 1440. Now the question is asking us to find out what is the difference of the number of students studying science and commerce in college F. Science is how many parts? 3 parts. Commerce is how many parts? 6 parts. Difference is how much? 3 parts divided by total 3 plus 7 10, 10 plus 6 is 16 into 1440. 16 ones and 16 nineties. So 3 into 90, 270. 3 into 90 is 270. That means our option B is the correct answer. Option B will be our correct answer. Next question. Question number 28. In question number 28, what is the approximate average number of students studying science in all the given colleges together? Studying science in all the given colleges together. So how many students are studying science? We have number of students studying science in college A, college B, college C. All the data has been already calculated. So we have 260 plus 246 plus 450 plus 540 plus 222. So 200, 200, 400, 800 plus 500, 1300 plus 200, 1500. This is 60, 40, 1600, 1690 and 1710. 1710 and finally it will be 1718. So totally it will be 1718 divided by 5, divided by 5, divided by 5 means how much is this? This is 5 ones and 5 3 is 15, 21 means 4, 18 means again 3 point. So whatever point it is asking us to calculate approximate means approximately it will be 344. 344, option A will be the correct answer. Question number 58. Question number 58. Coming to question number 58, what is question number 58 asking us to calculate? Question number 58 is asking us to calculate what is the difference of total number of students studying arts in all colleges together and total number of students studying commerce in all the colleges together. If I'll see commerce is mostly greater. Commerce is mostly greater. So if commerce is greater, I'll take positive. If commerce is smaller, I'll take negative. If commerce is positive, I'll take greater. If commerce is smaller, I'll take negative. So what is the difference here? This difference comes out to be plus 156. This difference comes out to be minus 164. Minus 164. And this difference comes out to be how much? Plus 100. College D. Difference comes out to be 270 and 315. So this is plus 45. And last 1184 and 444. This difference comes out to be 740. 740. So how much is this total difference? 740. 156 and minus 164. This is minus 8. Minus 8 and 100 and 145. From 145, if we remove 8, it will be 137. So 740 plus 137 will give us 877. That is option B. Option B is the right answer. Next, question number 59. Question number 59. What is this question asking us to calculate? What is the ratio of total number of students? What is the ratio of total number of students studying in arts in colleges A, D, E together, and total number of students studying commerce in C and E together? Studying commerce in C and E together. So A, D, E students studying arts. A is 312, 270. 312 and 270 is 582. 582 plus 44. 582 plus 44 is 10. 444 is 1026. 1026 divided by, what about this? Commerce in C and E together. C is 450 and E is 1184. This comes out to be 1634. 1634. 1634 means if I cancel out, I can cancel out with 3. This is 5, 1, 3. I can cancel out with 2 again. 8, 1, 7. Now 817 means further cancellation is not possible. Further cancellation is not possible means correct answer would be none of these. None of these is the right option. That is option E. Next, question number 60. Question number 60. The question says approximately what percentage of total number of students are studying commerce in all the colleges together? Approximately what percentage of students are studying commerce in all the colleges together? How many are studying commerce? 468 plus 205 plus 450 plus 315 plus 1184. So 400 plus 200, 600, 600 plus 400, 1000, 1300 and 1100. So 2400, 2400 plus 60 and 50, 2510, 2520 and 80. So this is 2600. 2600 plus 5 plus 5, 2610 and 14. So 2624. This comes out to 2622. Sorry, 8 plus 4 is 2. So 2622 divided by, what is the total? Total means I have 1000, 1000, 1000 and 1000. This total is 4000, 4000 and 300, 800. This is 5100 and 40, 20, 50, 25. This total comes out to be 6085. 6085. So into 100 percentage. Into 100 percentage means what I can do, into 100 percentage. Into 100 percentage. So if I'll remove these zeros, I'll put up a decimal here, making it 60.85. Now 60.85, I can approximate it to 61. If I approximate this to 61, 61 ones and 61 fours. 61 fours is 244. 244 means again 18 remains, 182. Now 182 means approximately 3 times. 3 times will give me 183. 183. So 43 percentage. 43 percentage will be your correct answer. 43 percentage will be your correct answer. Question number 60. Question number 60. 43 percentage will be your correct answer. That is our option D. Option D would be your correct answer. Option D would be your correct answer. So question number 61. Question number 61 is your quadratic equation. In this quadratic equation, we are given two equations. X minus 12 whole square is equals to 0. That means x value is how much? 12. And y square is equals to 144. That means y is equals to plus 12 and y is equals to minus 12. 12 is equals to 12. 12 is greater than 12. That means x will be greater than or equals to y. X will be greater than or equals to y. That is our option D. Option D is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 62. Question number 62. What do we have? First equation. If I take this root x to the other side and multiply, what will I get? 15 plus 9. 24 is equals to 11 into x. That means x is equals to 24 by 11, which comes out to be approximately 2.27. 2.27. Now same for y. If I take this root y and multiply to the other side, what will I get? Y by 4 plus 5y by 12 is equals to 1. So I'll multiply 3 to the numerator, 3 to the denominator, making the denominator 12. So what I have, 8y is equals to 12. That means 12, sorry, y is equals to 12 by 8. 12 by 8 is 1.5. 1.5 means x is greater than y. X is greater than y. X is greater than y means option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Question number 63. If I cancel out this 15 everywhere, what will be left out for the first equation? P square minus 14p plus 15 into 48 will be 720. So p value will be equals to 6 comma 8. P value will be equals to 6 comma 8. Similarly q, if I cancel out 2 everywhere, I'll get q square minus 5q plus 6 equals to 0. So q value will be 3 comma 2. 3 comma 2. So if p is equals to 6 greater than q, p is equals to 8 again greater than q. So our final answer will be p greater than q. P greater than Q means the correct answer will be option A. Option A is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 64. Question number 64. X square minus 11x plus 30 equals to 0. Y square plus 7y plus 12 equals to 0. This is a very easy question because minus plus will always result in positive roots and plus plus will always result in negative roots. So minus plus will be always greater than plus plus. That means here x will be greater than y. X will be greater than y. Option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 65. Question number 65. What we have here? 2m square plus or minus 7m plus 6 equals to 0. So 2 into 6 is 12. So I have 3 and 4 by 2 and by 2. So value of m comes out to be 1.5 and 2. Next coming to your n square minus 11n plus 30 equals to 0. So n value comes out to be 6 and 5. 6 and 5. That means if I take 1.5 less than n, if I take 2 again less than n, that means m is less than n. M is less than n means the correct answer will be option C. Option C, that is m less than n. M less than n.